It always begins quietly. Nobody notices at first. You're just 7 years old, looking into the eyes of a parent who isn't really there anymore. Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it's rage. Maybe it's just the heavy silence of someone too broken to show up. And in that silence, something ancient switches on in your young mind. If I don't hold everything together, nobody will. That's the moment a child disappears. Not physically, but emotionally. They start smiling more, crying less. They learn to read the room before they ever speak. They become the emotional thermostat of the household. They become little adults long before their hearts are ready, and the world applauds them. You're so mature. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But no one ever asks, at what cost? This is the invisible grief of kids who grew up too fast. And here's the truth. Those scars don't fade with age. They follow you into relationships, careers, even the way you see yourself. And unless you understand what happened, you'll spend your adult life repeating survival patterns that once saved you, but are now slowly destroying you. So let's get real about what's happening developmentally when children are forced to carry the emotional weight of adults. Psychologists call it parentification. That's when a child becomes the caregiver, the peacekeeper, the therapist, the protector. It's not just unfair, it literally rewires the brain. You grow up hyper-alert, always scanning for danger. You walk on eggshells. You learn love is a transaction. If you keep the peace, maybe you'll get safety. You learn your needs are dangerous while theirs are urgent. So you disappear emotionally. In your place grows a polished version of you. The good kid, the achiever, the therapist friend, the one who never asks for help. You wear that mask so well that even you forget it's a mask. But deep inside, something aches, because the child you buried never died. They're still in there, silently screaming, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" And as you grow older, the symptoms get more complicated. Maybe you become hyper-independent, refusing help, pushing people away. Maybe joy feels unsafe, like you don't deserve it. Maybe you can't rest, because productivity is the only way you've ever felt worthy. And the scariest part, you don't even notice you're still in survival mode, because chaos feels normal and peace feels suspicious. This is the hidden psychology of a child forced to grow up too soon. It's not just sadness, it's trauma, reshaping how you see love, trust, and yourself. Now, why would any child step into that role? Because kids will sacrifice anything for attachment, even themselves. It's not weakness, it's biology. It's intelligence, it's survival. But here's the tragedy. What once protected you, now it feels safe in quiet rooms. They become lovers who can't trust softness. They become givers who can't receive. They become people who apologize for crying, flinch at compliments, and confuse exhaustion with success. This is the hidden cost of growing up too soon. Because when your childhood taught you to be strong instead of soft, quiet instead of honest, the fixer instead of the one who gets cared for, what kind of adulthood is left? One where you're always holding your breath, waiting for permission to finally fall apart. But here's the hard truth. No one's coming to rescue the child you buried. It's you. You're the one who has to go back and hold their hand. You're the one who finally says, "You didn't deserve that. You were just a child. You get to rest now." That's the beginning of shadow work. Not bypassing with fake positivity, not performing strength, but turning toward the parts of yourself you once abandoned and saying, "I see you. I hear you. I'm not leaving this time." And yes, it's brutal, because it means grieving the birthdays no one came to. Mourning the innocence you lost while protecting people who should have protected you. But grief isn't weakness. It's evidence that you were, and finally become the adult you were meant to be. Carl Jung once said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. But shadow work asks us to face it, all of it. The neglected, the angry, the scared, the ashamed. Because healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. So if you grew up too fast, hear this. Your maturity was never the problem. The problem was that you never had a choice. But now, you do. You can choose softness. You can choose rest. You can choose to stop carrying everyone else's emotions and finally honor your own. And no, it won't happen overnight. Some days you'll feel like a little kid again. Good, that's the point. That's your inner child finally coming home. Let them cry. Let them play. Let them be seen, because you're not broken. You're becoming whole. You may not have had a childhood, but you still have a future. And this time, you get to write it.